this is Irina Blount from La La Land Crafts. Today is December 1st and this is the first day of our 24 days of Christmas tutorials Advent event. We are starting today with this card that some of you might have seen already. I designed it initially for one of our local trunk show events and classes, but this card been requested to have a tutorial on, and also I just think that it's really cute and I just wanted to share with the rest of you how to make it. Before we start with the tutorial, let's talk about the event. The event is 24 days. For the first 12 days of December, starting today until December 12th, I will be here on our YouTube channel with a different tutorial for you every day. And then from day 13th through the 24th, our design team is going to join in on the event, and they will be posting tutorials each day on our blog. I'll post the link in the video description below if you're not familiar, or you can always just go to our website to lalalandcrafts.com and from there click on the blog. Along with the tutorials, we have a giveaway. As always, we're going to be giving away 3 $50 store credits to our online store. To enter into the giveaway, we ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are not yet a subscriber, and comment on all of the videos that you see during this event from December 1st through the 12th, and then from December 13th through the 24th, comment on our blog on the tutorials from our design team, and we will do the drawing from all of the comments. So the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. And we'll announce winners on December 25th. So it will be a Christmas present for 3 of you. And along with that, we also have a sale. And the sale is valid from today, from December 1st through December 25th. It's 20% off on all of the products in our online store at lalalandcraft.com. Your promo code for the sale is Advent2022. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the tutorial now. I have all of my layers cut already. I have all of my die cutting done. I'll show you what products I am using as we go along with the tutorial. For the card base, I have white cardstock measuring 5.5 by 8.5. So this is from 8.5 by 11 cardstock. If you cut it in half horizontally, you get 2 of these card bases. All of the dimensions, by the way, are in the video description, so you don't have to write it as you're watching it. You can always just copy from the video description, and you'll find the links to all of the products that I'm using in the video description below. Next, I'm going to grab these 2 layers, and these are red cardstock and the white cardstock. The white cardstock that I'm using for the card base and for the layers, for the main layers for the card, are 110-pound cardstock. The one on the inside, I think it's about 80 pounds. It doesn't really matter. You can also use the 110-pound cardstock if you like. The red cardstock measures 5.25 by 4, and the white cardstock measures 5 by 3 3/4. These are my layers for the inside of the card. I'm going to bring my scoring board, and this is optional, but this is something that I like to do on my cards to finish them on the inside to add this embossing detail. So I'm going to use 1/8 of an inch measurement and just start a little bit off the top and then go slowly so I don't skip all the way down and stop about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom again, and go over and create a frame of sorts, like an embossed frame. I just like how it looks like, so I can't skip that step anymore. 2 layers I'm going to glue together and then inside of the card. Now I'm going to put the card base to the side and work on the other layers. I have 2 layers cut from the white cardstock, and the larger one measures 7 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I already scored it at 1 1/2 and 7/8, then 6 3/8 and 6 3/4. Again, all of the measurements are in the video description for you. My second layer measures 6 by 4 1/8, and it's scored at 1/4 inch and then at 5 3/4. So basically at 1/4 of an inch on each side. Once I scored these layers, I used one of our dies. This one is called Forest, and it comes as a set of 4 coordinating layering dies and also a circle for the sun or the moon. I love this die because it's really actually versatile. You can use it for spring, for summer, because it has this really cute grass right here. But also you can use it for anything else pretty much, because it has this really cute cloud shapes on 2 of these shapes of the second one and the third one. So once I had this die cut, I used the larger one from the set, the one with the clouds, on my larger layer, and the smaller one on my smaller layer. So I simply position them between my score lines and run it through my die cutting machine, the same as the larger one. And once I had it done, I have 2 layers that you can layer like this. Look how pretty that looks. So again, this die is called Forest die, and don't forget, when you're shopping, you get your 20% off during the event. I'm going to take the first one, the larger layer, and fold on all of the score lines. I'm using a different paper than I used on my sample card. This is also from the same paper pack. It's from Berry Mary. I'm going to glue them onto the sides, onto the center section right here. And these layers measure 4 by 1/4 of an inch. Next, I have a Christmas tree that is one of the newer dies. It comes as a set like this. So you have a solid tree, and then you have this die that die cuts the center. So basically I cut 2 of the solid ones, and then with this die I laid it over one of the solid pieces and cut out all of the little trimmings on the tree there. This die also comes with the tree skirt and the basket, or the bucket rather. I'm doing mine white on white. I just want to show you really quick. You can of course do it with different papers, with different colors, with the metallics, however you prefer. The reason I kept all of these little pieces inside is because we are actually going to use them. So I'm going to use a container or a plate here and push them all out. But I'm keeping them for later. And now I'm going to glue the shape with the openings on top of the solid one. It looks very pretty even like this, and it still has a lot of dimension. First, before we attach it, put it onto the layer, I'm going to cut off a bit from this branch, from the bottom right branch, about 1/4 of an inch, just kind of snip this off. And as you can see, I have it positioned on the inside, but the top of it is coming on the top, like this. So it's picking out from there. I'm going to put glue on the bottom, on the front, and on the back of the top. And then I can just slide this back in. I'm going to bring this branch out as well. So this branch is about 1/8 of an inch from the fold, and the top is about 1/8 of an inch from the top of the layer. The next thing, we are going to make the moon, and this is also from one of our new dies. It's called Crescent Moon. I have the moon shape die cut. I also die cut the head, and there is a brim to the head right here. And I also have the star, the ball, all of the stars and the ball die cut from the white cardstock. I'll use them later. So for now, I'm just going to assemble the moon. This moon doesn't have to wear a head, but it can, so this set is very, very versatile. Once again, this is how we try to design our products. And you can make this as a sleeping head for a baby card without using the rim to make it kind of, the rim makes it more of the Santa head. And once we're done with that, we can go ahead and glue the moon onto the card. So again, I'm going to position it about 1/8 of an inch from the side, from the fold, and about 1/8 of an inch from the top right there. So I'm kind of mentally making a note where it goes onto the card and adding the glue here. So about right there. Now that we have two of these elements added to the card, we can add our inside layer. I'm going to fold this first. And now I'm going to use 1/8 of an inch tape to put on the sides here, on each of the flaps. I'm going to position it inside and make sure that the clouds are on the same side there. Then turn it to the back. I'm going to remove just a little bit of the backing of the tape, fold it back, and I'm going to align so my the way I'm holding it, so my right and left, which is actually top and bottom of the layer, are even. And then I'm going to push it to the outside fold. So not the second fold, to the first one, and can go ahead, remove this and attach it there. Once this is attached, you can fold the whole thing over on the fold on the main layer, and this should line up for you on the other side. So remove the backing from here, and this goes right there. And this gave us a bit of a space in between to create more dimension between our layers. So now I'm going to put this layer aside, and we're going to work on what's happening inside of the card there. I have white layer measuring 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and the same paper as we used on the side of the cards, measuring 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. I'm going to go ahead and glue this right in the center right here. Then these two layers, they were cut from 2 1/2 by 4 1/2 white piece of cardstock, and I used Snowy Hills die. This is one of the dies in the set, and as you look, you'll see that this die has the stitching on both of the sides. So when I die cut it, that gave me 2 layers. And I die cut it about, I didn't die cut it in the centers. You can see one is wider, one is skinnier. If you need the reference, it's about 1 1/4, the skinnier one. And these layers are going to go on the bottom of our designer paper layer. When I'm gluing this on, I'm not going to attach them all the way because we are actually going to tack the houses behind it. So I'm going to only attach it on the bottom and on the sides. on the first one, and then the same on my smaller one. Just like so. Next I'm going to grab this two, and this were die cut with our houses on the hill, and this is again one of our newer dies. And as you can see, I die cut it from gold cardstock and the white cardstock. On the white cardstock I'm going to remove all of these pieces from the windows, and then I'm going to glue it over onto my gold layer, so the gold is showing through the windows like the lights are on. Once I have them glued together, I'm going to cut all of the houses apart, and this is the versatility of this die. You can use it as a border, and also I didn't mention this border does not have the bottom on the bottom of the die, so it doesn't die cut the bottom, so you are not limited to the height of your border. You can do what fits onto your card, but you can also cut them apart just like this, and that gives you the option to use the houses individually, these cute little houses. One other thing before we start with the houses, we need to glue the cloud that comes with the crescent moon die, this pretty cloud right here. It's designed to go this way, but for this card it really actually fit better upside down, so we're gonna use it like so. I'm gonna go ahead and glue it on first, and again I'm going to leave a little space on the bottom. I'm not gonna glue it all the way to the bottom of the die because we need to tuck in the stars there. So like this, and here are my stars, and this is the little ball that's gonna go for the Santa hat on the moon. I just had them separately so that they don't start walking away from me. I'm going to line them up, just tuck it under here, and position them. If they're too long now and they don't go under, you can always trim that. And we're going to use the main layer as the reference to see how they fit in there. And I'm not gluing them just yet because I want to position my houses first. So actually one of these houses, the taller one, is gonna go somewhere right here. So I'll need to move my stars so they're not directly behind the house. So now is the part to be really just creative and see how you like aligning them. I'm going to continue with what I have on my card here, but you can be creative and do your own thing. Just kind of keep on using your main layer to see how they fit inside. So you don't want to put anything behind the tree here because it's not going to show. But I'm going to put one of the houses kind of quite far to the left because you can still see it even behind the moon. Then this house is going to go behind the first layer. And this one right here is going to go right on the front, right there. So you'll be able to see it behind these layers. Maybe I'll pull it down. So let's trim this here a little bit. Because I don't want this stitching to show. So this is the reason why it's good to have this layer handy. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue all of the layers, all of the houses and my stars on. Now that we have all of these layers glued on, we're going to grab our card base and our 3D layers. First, on this flap, on the larger layer, we're just going to miter the corners a little bit on each of the flap. And we're going to use 1/4 inch score tape. We're going to attach these layers directly onto our card front, so make sure you know which way your card opens, and they're going to go right there. I'm going to start on the left side. So I'm going to fold this, so I have just one of this flap exposed. And again, I'm going to remove the tape, fold it up, and line it up right to the side of the card. And you can see that your top and bottom should match, and the side of the card and the side of the layer should match. And then this just tore on me, but I can just grab it from there again. Just double checking that it lines up. And then I can fold the whole thing to the other side, and it should line up with my other side right here. Or if not, just kind of play with it, just kind of fold it more. I think I just needed to fold it more. Yep, so it's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the whole backing from here and close this down. And the reason we're attaching this directly to the card and have everything on the inside on the separate layer, because I wanted to close this flap so they are not showing, so we have a nice clean look to the card if somebody looks on the inside. So now we can go ahead and put this layer in. I'm going to make sure you use liquid adhesive. Fabri-Tac would probably be even better because it gives you more time if you need to move the layer around. This glue, the one I'm using that you've seen me using, is the Art Glitter glue. This is the name of the company. The glue is called Dries Clear. So let me not talk too much and go ahead and slide this inside of your card, my card. And I can open it and I can press from the inside. I can use my bone folder, and look how pretty that looks. Just so adorable. I have my bear already stamped and colored, and he is from one of our new stamp sets, clear stamp set. This one is called Silent Night, and as you can see, this bear can be a polar bear or it can be a brown bear, as I have him on my card. This set comes with 3 bears and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sentiments. We don't have the die for this stamp, the outlines die, but he is really easy to cut out by hand, to fuzzy cut. My bear was colored with Olo markers, but of course you can use any markers or any pencils and watercolors, whatever coloring medium you have. And we have a lot of coloring ways on the samples from our design team. I'm using the glue. He's not popped on the card. Actually, nothing is popped on this card. And he's gonna lay right under the tree somewhere right here. And next thing, we have this ball that goes under the Santa's head. And next is the fun part. Remember all those little pieces we removed from the tree? Now all of them are going to go around this area for embellishments. When I was designing this card, I felt like it needed something, and I tried so many different things. I tried embossing with our stencils, I tried stenciling, and it was just way too much. And then I had these pieces laying around from making the tree, so I thought, hey, this is really awesome look that this creates. So you can use them all over. Just arrange them in the way you like. And then I'm going to use my wax pick, and I'm going to lift one at a time and put a little bit of glue and put it down again. I think it's a pretty fun way to embellish the front of the card, to add dimension and interest to it. And then to make the tree more festive, I have some sequins. So I think this is quite festive Christmas tree now. And of course you can use pearls, you can use any embellishments of your choice. Next, we're going to finish the inside of the card. I have the sentiment label, and this is from our scallop sentiment labels die. This is this one right here. It's already die cut. I'm going to use the sentiment from Hedgehog stamp set. And I'm going to use the one that says happiest of holidays, and going to stamp it with archival ink and potting soil. I'm going to stamp it right in the center of my label right here. And then you have an option. If you would like to make this card as a gift card holder as well, then you can make this as a pocket for the gift card. So what I recommend, before attaching this to the layer, because if we're just going to glue it on, even if we're gluing it on only on right and left side, it's going to be pretty flat. So we need to add a bit of the thickness, a bit of the curve to it, for the ease of sliding the card in and out later. So you can use a gift card, or you can use a credit card, anything like that. They are the same size, and then I'm going to position it like this. This gift card has been used, so I'm not worried about showing the number. It's been spent and shopped with already. So if you can look and see that it has a bit of a curve now, and it will be easy to slide the card in and out. And even if you're not putting the gift card here, it's kind of nice option to have. You can put tags, or you can put a piece of paper here for the notes or anything like that, or the tickets for the movies. You get an idea. So that completes our card. So I hope you like the card. I hope you like all of these different ideas that I had here for you. And of course, don't forget that this is just the day one of our 24 days of Christmas tutorials event. There'll be 23 more following this for you. So for now, make sure you comment on the video to be entered into the giveaway of one of the $50 gift certificates. And don't forget that you can shop today through December 25th with the 20% off coupon code. And the promo code is Advent22. And this is all for me for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Bye for now.